Now, his widow is furious, and the coroner could barely contain his anger as the government refused to hold a public inquiry into the death of the Russian spy Alexander Litvinenko. The coroner said it was now inconceivable that the long-delayed inquest could go ahead as planned. Outside court,